Carried. Okay. I'd like to thank everyone for attending tonight, especially the athletes, participants who have given us so many things to remember them for. Tonight is a very special night. It is the one night we could bring all of our senior participants, fine arts and athletics together in one venue. In the past, we have honored our athletes and fine arts participants separately. Tonight, we honor all of our seniors who participated in after-school activities together. Bringing the two banquets together is an extension of our activities philosophy. This philosophy is to label our activities co-curricular, not extracurricular. Activities are not something extra. We believe they are part of the total educational process. We also believe that what happens from 3 to 6 every day is an extension of the learning process and is instrumental in providing our students with the skills they need for life after high school. Holding schools accountable seems to be the latest buzzword among politicians. Schools are mandated to test our students with tests like the MCAs, the Minnesota Comprehensive Assessment Test. The leaders of our state and country have told us that our students, teachers, and schools need to be held accountable. As students prepare for these tests, I'm sure many of our students are probably nervous, maybe even frightened by those tests or the accountability factor. You might be asking yourself at this time, what the heck is Olson talking about state testing for? Well, I believe that for most of the students here tonight, they are not frightened or won't be nervous when they're challenged with the word accountability. They have already been held accountable each and every time they stepped on the gym floor, the field, the mat, the rink, the track, or the stage, wherever the event is taking place. They know and understand what accountability is. Tonight we have the opportunity to reward this willingness to be held accountable by celebrating the successes all of you gathered here tonight were a part of. Part of that celebration, of course, is another fantastic meal prepared by Tom and Francie Peterson. How about a nice round of applause for Tom and Francie and their staff? At this time, I would ask that head girls basketball coach Debbie Allen please come forward to lead us in the invocation. Before Coach Allen does the invocation, I would like to just take a moment, if you would. We had an unfortunate accident about 2 weeks ago tonight. We lost a member of the senior class who was a wrestler and a friend to all the seniors here tonight. If you just take a minute to remember Travis Strukin. Thank you. Please remember Travis and his family at this time if you can. Coach Holland?
If you could please bow your head in prayer. Lord, we express gratitude tonight. Gratitude for the gifted students, for the goals they've met, for the accomplished honors, for the coaches, for their mentors, the support of family and friends, and a community that encourages our youth. Help us, Lord, to make the most of this life we are living. As we are about to partake in this bountiful meal, let us not forget the needy and the hungry they feel. Lord, help us to show compassion in all that we do. And again, for all of our many blessings, Lord, we thank you.
Thank you. I know for those of you that have been here in the past, it's always kind of a question mark as to how Olson's going to arrange for everybody to eat again. And so we've done different ways of doing it. Tonight we're going to do it a little bit different. And on your table, each of you has a figurine or a plant. And on that plant is attached the name of one of our Hall of Fame members to the Little Falls Flyer Hall of Fame. And we're going to send you up in the order of their induction into the Hall of Fame. Obviously, we're going to do that. First of all, though, we do have some reserve tables for people giving awards and sponsors. So tonight we'll start it with our reserve tables. Our honored guest, Mr. Joel Maturi, will lead us through the line. So this table will go first. I happen to be seated at that table. And we'll follow that with this table of sponsors, and then we'll follow that with our school board. superintendent and administration. So my assistant tonight is Mr. Tom Ritters, junior high or middle school dean of students, and he's helping me out this spring with junior high activities. So he's going to send you up, and he will start with who's ever seated at Louis Filippi table. Louis was our first induction into the Hall of Fame. So Louis Filippi will be the first table, and Mr. Ritters will send you up. So if Mr. Maturi would be so kind as to lead the way, we'll go ahead and get started eating. 1 second, if you would, I forgot one important item. While we enjoy our meal tonight, we'll be entertained by the Little Falls High School Jazz Combo. These members, you can give them a hand, they're awesome. The members of the Jazz Combo are Peter Grams, Christina Gao, Beth Hauer, Noah Hecht, Luke LeBlanc, Caitlin Norwood, and Josiah Tonder. Thank you once again for Little Falls Jazz Combo. Thank you. And Mr. Maturi now can lead the way. Thank you. You'll leave that just like that, please. I know some of you are still eating and don't want to rush you a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and get started with the award ceremony to celebrate the successes we've had. I would ask that at this time for all of you to put your cell phones on silent or turn them off if you would during the award ceremony, please. Thank you. As we begin our award ceremony, I would like to take 1 minute and honor a group of very special athletes. All of our athletes are special, but this group is extremely special. The Minnesota State High School League mission statement is to provide educational opportunities through the participation in co-curricular activities. In other words, the students here tonight are all student athletes with the emphasis on student. The following teams received academic awards this past season for either winning the section academic championship or being recognized at the state level. Our wrestling team was once again silver academic champions at the state level. Our boys and girls Nordic skiing were both section academic champions this year. How about a round of applause for those teams? As most of you know, we are members of the Central Lakes Conference. The conference recognizes the term student athlete as well. The following individuals that I'm going to read received CLC Scholar Athlete Awards this year at their individual banquets, or will be receiving them this spring when they have their spring banquets. So at this time, I would ask when your name is called to please stand. Please hold your applause till the end, and then we'll recognize these scholar athletes. Matt Inez, Alyssa Bassett, Ethan Burlingame, Nika Carrillo, Amy Daniels, Molly Demmel, John Dunlap, Alyssa Gold, Bo Hanowski, Kendra Helmerson, Melissa Herney, Heather Igo, Nils Johnson, Melissa Kempenick, Aaron Larson, Lauren Mackinac, Trista Miller, Stacy Minion, Joelle Muschel, Victoria Newis, Caitlin Opatz, Alyssa Tice, Josiah Tonder, Christy Treadle, Bailey Viette, Lori Wilczek, Nicole Watucki, Dave Zablocki, and Mitch Zimmer. Together, this group before you has a combined GPA of 3.78 on a 4.0 scale. How about a nice round of applause? It's now time to honor our senior participants and senior performers. We're going to begin tonight. As we do, we rotate, alternate year to year. Last year the boys were first, so this year the girls are first. I would ask that all female participants line up in the hallway to my right. I would ask that one of the male coaches help line them up. I know they're all 3.78. They can probably do it without our help, but if one of them would help, it'd be great. So all senior girls, please line up in the hallway to my right alphabetically, and we're going to get started. While the girls are lining up, I'm going to ask that the girls' head coaches and directors please come forward as your name is called and line up to my left. So go ahead, girls. Line them up alphabetically. Miss Jenna Hercott. At this time, I'd like to introduce the female coaches and directors. Again, please line up to my left. Jackie Devine, head girls cross country. Ray Stump. Yeah, you can applaud these guys. They work hard. Ray Stump, head girls soccer. Becky Abbott, head girls volleyball. Greg Emerson is our head girls tennis coach. Unfortunately, he's in Texas. He got tired of the snow and went to Texas. Figures he picked the best week of the year to be gone. But his assistant coach is here tonight, Izzy Anderson. I believe I've seen Izzy. Izzy Anderson, assistant girls tennis. Tim Corbett, head swim coach. Tim made it. I'm glad to see that. Debbie Olnimi-Allen, head girls basketball. Kent Gomez and Shelley LeBlanc, co-head coaches of gymnastics. Brad Hubert is our head girls hockey coach, but unfortunately he is coaching golf tonight. And so he wasn't able to be here. But his assistant, Mr. Brian Orth, is here. Brian Arndt, excuse me. Brian Arndt is here. Terry Waslin, head girls Nordic skiing. Ron Hinnenkamp, head girls softball. Sherwin Goodrich, head girls track coach. Dwight Nelson, band director. Kamala Larson, our choir vocal music director. Anjanette Krause, one-act play and speech. And Jody Waltman, co-head coach of our speech team. Thank you, coaches. They put in tons and tons of time and really appreciate the effort they give. When I introduce the girls tonight, I'm going to ask you girls to come forward, line up about the pillar. We'll introduce them all, and then we'll give them a big applause at the end. So if you'd hold your applause, I'd appreciate it. So we'll begin with Charlene Ancion. Alyssa Bassett. Samantha Browsen. Laura Brucher. Nika Carrillo. Maisie Check. Amy Daniels. Molly Demmel. Ashley Erickson. Alyssa Gold. Kendra Homerson. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, Ashley. Oh, okay. Alyssa Gold, we got her. Jenny Hercock. Sorry, Jenna Hercock. I did that because she said she doesn't like Jenny, so. Kara Hoffman. Melissa Herney. Heather Igo. Melissa Kempenick. Aaron Larson. Lauren Mackinac. Kayla Mamengay. Joelle Muschel. Laura Newman. Victoria Newis. Rochelle Olson. Caitlin Opatz. Jennifer Orth. Jamie Primus. Aaron Rio. Kelly Seward. Alyssa Tice. Christina Treadle. Bailey Viette. And Nicole Watucki. Now we can give them that deserved round of applause. Thank you very much, girls. Thank you, coaches. This time we're now going to honor our male participants. And if they could follow the girls' lead, and like Betty Peck would say, get used to it, correct? They would follow the girls' lead and line up in the hallway alphabetically. Coaches and directors, please come forward and your name, when your name is called, and line up to my left. Starting with Mr. Jeff Mossman, head boys cross country. Aaron Sinclair, head boys football. Dr. Julie Bell, head boys soccer. Oh, she made it. We get our babies delivered? Way to go, Dr. Bell. She called me today in a panic. We had 3 people all in labor at the same time, so she must have sped them along. Kevin Jordan, head boys basketball. Tony Kuchar, head boys hockey. Terry Waslin, head boys Nordic skiing. Mike Hendrickson, our wrestling coach. John Hanowski, head baseball. Kevin Sobernick is our head boys golf coach. Unfortunately, again, the boys golf team is competing today. Kevin Sobernick, head boys golf. Mr. Sherwin Goodrich, head boys track. And once again, Dwight Nelson, band. Camel Larson, vocal music. Anjanette Krause and Jody Waltman, head speech, and Anjanette is also our one-act play director. Once again, boys, as your name is called, please come forward, accept your award, and line up to our left if somebody would help direct them there. And I will hopefully identify them so that you guys know who's who. We'll start with Mr. Madinez. Mitchell Beatty. Ethan Burlingame. Kyle Check. Michael Dahlquist. Adam Dolney. John Dunlap. Jordan Felbaum. Robert Geisenoff. Marshall Grams. Peter Grams. Bo Hanowski. Brandon Janey. David Jelinski. Christian Kiermeyer. Andrew Lang. Mitchell LeBlanc. Christopher Moses. Casey Pluff. Zach Regstead. Josiah Tonder. Jacob Wiechek. Okay. And Colin Jeffries. That's our 2008 graduating senior boy participants. Thank you very much, boys and coaches. Appreciate it. At this time, I'm going to ask a couple people to come forward. We always give the students a chance to let you know what they think about their experience here in Little Falls, and sometimes it's a little scary, but I'm looking forward to tonight's boy and girl athlete response and our fine arts student response as well. So at this time, I'd like John Dunlap, Alyssa Tice, and Alyssa Gold to please come forward. Alyssa Gold will speak first as a fine arts response.
Okay, so this morning I got called to Mr. Olson's office and he told me to make up a speech to say about fine arts. So luckily I'm in speech so I can make things up really quickly, so I'm going to practice extemp speaking today. First off, I would like to congratulate all the students here today because without you, obviously it wouldn't be possible to have all the fine arts and athletic activities, and those are really important. So thanks to you, it makes all these activities possible and successful. I would like to take a moment to thank all of the public support for fine arts in the Little Falls High School. Sometimes kids complain a lot about some of the sport that we don't have, but in comparison, we have so much, and we're very thankful. Any concert or play would be absolutely nothing without a willing and open-minded audience, so thank you very, very much. We thank you for observing, enjoying, and critiquing, because that's a very important part of fine arts. So thank you for your support in this way. Fine arts as a whole had a very lucrative year this year with many memories and successes left in its trail. Some of these are our fall play, The Secret Garden, which Mrs. Kraus directed. We had a competition one-act play, which I don't know if everyone is aware of, but we went to sections and we took first in sections, and we went to regions and we tied for second at regions. So that was really exciting. That hasn't happened since I think 1968. So that was a pretty big success for us. We had See, that's what I'm talking about, a little bit of support. That's not bad. So, we had student-directed one acts again this year. We've had those for 3 years in a row now, and the plays we did were Too Much Light Makes the Baby Go Blind, and about 10 plays actually written by students in the school. So I don't know if you saw that you were aware that 10 of those plays were written by directors. And those directors were Nika Carrillo, Jake Devine, Caitlin Norwood, Bailey Viet, Adam Dolney, Kirsten Odendahl, Madeline Jarvis, Alyssa Marvin, and myself. The last play that we did this year was Godspell, and I would say that was really successful, but I might be a little biased. But we had really, really good crowds, very responsive, and a really good band backing us up, so that was good. Some other things that happened this year with band, I believe they got Best in Sight, the jazz combo did. Well, I guess they did, at Solo Ensemble Contest. And with the choir, our Jubes got a Superior also at Solo Ensemble. So that's very exciting. And just to put a little plug in there, there's a choir concert on May 12th, and there's a band concert on the 19th, so mark that on your calendars. And the final thing that would be involved in fine arts is speech, something very close to my heart, as you can probably tell. We had a very successful year for speech. We had a lot of people moving on from sections and a lot of alternates from sections. But we had one state competitor, Caitlin Norwood, who I believe is here. She's in the back. And we had 2 alternates, which was Jake Devine and myself. So let's hear a round of applause for the success. I would just like to say that probably the memories that I hold most dear I've had in my athletics experience and my fine arts experience, and I've made really, really close friends. Every play, speech, or piece of music is simply words or notes on a page without the emotion and work that go into it. The kids here that participate in band, choir, drama, and speech are allowed a unique opportunity to show a large group of people what high school students are able to present. The bond made between students together in a cast, team, band, or choir is a strong one because it's made of the passion that each of the individuals bring to the art. Together they strive for a mutual goal of success, which for some is measured differently. To some it's a responsive audience on the night of a play, or another just someone enjoying music that they haven't heard before. Either way, this year has been filled with success that has never happened before, and it's all thanks to the students, coaches, faculty, parent, and public support. So thank you all, and congratulations, and good luck with your future plans. Thank you.
All right, well, congratulations to everyone here, to all of our fellow classmates, and for all that you've accomplished. This is a really big day for us. It is truly an honor for us to be up here in front of all of you and to reminisce about all of our involvements that we've had here at Little Falls High School.
When Alyssa and I began to think about what to prepare a speech about, it was tough. Athletics have been a big part of all of our lives, or most of our lives, and in the end we came up with a topic that without a doubt everyone has thought about at some point. Obviously this banquet tonight signifies that each and every one of us has been involved in athletics at some point during high school. Many of us have been participating all along, while others may just have begun recently. Nevertheless, we sure do have an incredible amount of involvement. We have all dedicated a great deal of time and effort to a wide variety of activities. But as we sit here tonight about to graduate in just a few weeks, we all should be wondering one thing: why did we ever choose to become involved in activities?
Now, everyone has their own answer for this question. However, we can all sum it up with a little taste of the rainbow. As you have probably already noticed, we have placed some candy at your table. These Skittles are of many different colors, each representing some experience we've had through high school activities. These experiences explain some of the many reasons why we've been involved in high school sports. If you haven't already eaten the candy, please join us by eating the Skittles as we go through the color one by one.
It's your turn. Just, yeah. Okay.
To begin with, we have the color green. This reminds us of the green grass, the playing fields, and the tennis courts that many of us have participated on over the years.
Whether a soccer field, a golf course, or the color of an opponent, green has always been a part of our athletics. I'll never forget the many practices and meets that we've had outdoors. Sports have provided us all with the opportunity to get away from the daily routine of sitting in a classroom. Many of us have endured long practices under the intense sun, in a stuffy gym, or in a humid pool. We have put long, arduous hours in, but our time has really been worth something. Indoors or outdoors, our activities have provided us with a tremendous opportunity to extend our high school experiences far beyond the classroom.
Next, we have red. This symbolizes all of the heart that each of us have put into our activities. We have been passionate about our sports, giving it all, no matter what. Furthermore, this reminds us of the fierce competition that we've experienced along the way. Through sports, we have had many great rivalries. We all played in exciting and intense battles, which have taught us important life lessons. Even though sports often become solely focused on winning, there is a lot more to it. Red shows us that our passion, heart, and competitiveness will benefit us greatly in the future.
Next is yellow. As we look at yellow, we see the many smiles and friendships we've shared through our involvement in athletics. In every sport, we have all experienced being part of a team. This has taught us communication skills, which will be essential as we move ahead over the years. There have been good and bad times, but without a doubt, the times of laughter and fun will always stick with us. We'll never forget the good times spent in locker rooms, on the buses, and many other places. The quality friendships we've established through athletics are truly priceless. Whenever you see the bright yellow sun, think of the happiness and friendship you've experienced through your high school sports.
Orange represents all of the excitement we've had in sports. Our school has been for a great ride this school year. Our dedication and commitment have paid off as teams and individuals have experienced great success. Seeing and hearing the enthusiasm and energy of all the fans at the sporting events will be memories for the rest of our life. Orange is one of the vibrant colors, just like all the good times we've had in our sports.
We also have sour Skittles, which represent the challenging times we've had in athletics. Whether it be an injury or a tough loss in overtime, we've all been through setbacks. However, in the end, we have gained a better understanding about life. These trying experiences have challenged us to focus on having a good attitude. We have learned many things from these sour moments, which have ultimately helped us not only in athletics, but also in the game of life.
Purple represents nothing other than Flyer pride. The Flyer pride that we've developed from being involved in our Flyer activities is tremendous. From the purple basketball t-shirts to the purple advertisements at Coburn's, our community has definitely been involved with us. This Flyer pride is evident everywhere. The support and excitement from the students and the staff have enabled us to excel in many events, such as hockey, basketball, skiing, wrestling, and DECA. We have much to be thankful for in this color. We are the best Flyers in the community.
Also on that, thanks again. Okay, here we go. Also on that note, a big thanks goes out to our parents and families for supporting us. We would be nowhere without your love and support. Thanks to all the coaches for all your hard work and dedication. You have all impacted our lives in many ways. Thanks to Mr. Olson for the leadership and organization that he has provided for Flyer activities. Thanks also to the school for providing us with so many opportunities to become involved. Above all, thanks to all you seniors. The starbursts on the table show us that you are all stars. The past 4 years have been great, and our involvement with athletics have made them all the better. Thanks to everyone who has helped along the way.
Go Flyers!
Great job. Thank you all. Should just turn it over to those guys. So, she mentioned DECA. I don't know how many people know, but John and Alyssa were partners and won the national DECA participation. So. At this time, we have some very special awards to present. Our first student award is sponsored by the Minnesota State High School League. It is the Excel Award. This award's criteria is as follows. They must be a junior in a leadership position in their school, be making progress toward graduation, and be involved in fine arts and/or athletic activities, and the most important thing is work voluntarily in the community. This year's Little Falls winners of the Minnesota State High School League Excel Award were Jackie Thielen and Sam Marcus. If they would come forward, please. As they make their way forward, I'll tell you a little bit about them. Jackie's parents are Ron and Joan Thielen. She has lettered in soccer, Nordic skiing, and track. She has been a member of the state tournament Nordic ski team the last 2 years. Jackie has received all conference honors in soccer, Nordic skiing, and track. She also received all state honors in track. She is an A honor roll student, participates in the band and pep band, and is involved in numerous community activities, programs, and volunteers for many functions. She thoroughly enjoys giving of herself to help others. Congratulations to Jackie Thielen. Our male recipient is Sam Marcus. His parents are Paul and Tracy Marcus. Sam has been involved in football, wrestling, and golf. He was captain of the football team, a member of the state tournament wrestling team, and the conference championship teams of 2006 and 2007. Sam is on the B honor roll. He's a member of the band, the marching band, the pep band, the wind ensemble, and jazz band. Sam is a member of FALC, Flyer Activities Leadership Council. He volunteers his time in many areas at his church, Worldview Camp, Healthy Communities Collaborative, and as a youth wrestling coach. Congratulations to Mr. Sam Marcus. The next 3 awards we have are done in memory of some very special people who graced us with their participation in Flyer activities. The first award is the Lindsay Leibel Award, and I would ask that Coach Tim Corbett please come forward to present this award along with the Leibel family, if you want to come forward to help give the award. Mr. Corbett?
Lindsay was a member of the swimming program before my time at Little Falls, but the award is still given each year in her memory. And as she has been described to me, then a member of a senior is chosen, and our current, or this year's Lindsay Leibel Award winner is a 2-year captain with a solid work ethic who always gives everything she has. She's a great example for others to follow and a mentor to the younger swimmers. The 2008 Lindsay Leibel Award winner is Melissa Kempenek.
You want to give a speech? Okay. Congratulations to Mel. Thank you, Mr. and Mrs. Leibel, and Coach Corbett. The next award we have is the Brenda Dickman Award. I would ask at this time for head coach Jackie Devine to please come forward, along with the members of the Dickman family who are here to award the Brenda Dickman Award.
Pat is just going to say a few words about her daughter first.
Our daughter Brenda was killed in a car accident on June 1st, 1986. And because of her love and dedication to cross country and track, we've decided to give an own award in her memory. It's been a wonderful experience from us. We've had a lot of beautiful thank you notes from the girls that have sent in. So girls, keep up your good work, okay?
This female athlete has run in cross country for several years. Since being in 10th grade, she's been on the varsity team. She's been voted by her teammates as team captain, most improved, and she's also received the Spirit Award. She also received all academic honors as well with a great, very high grade point average. And this year's award goes to Molly Demmel.
Congratulations, Molly. Thanks again, Coach Devine, to the Dickman family. Thank you very much. Our next award is the Ryan Shear Award. I would ask at this time that Greg and Jill Shear and Mr. Goodrich please come forward. While they're doing that, I would like to, Ryan's mother asked me to read a little bit about Ryan. Ryan Shear was a person who had a deep passion for running. Of all the sports he participated in, he probably loved track the most. Ryan's track career led him to the region's track meet more than once. During his junior year, he and his older brother Lance were placed together on the same team for the 4x400 relay at the region track meet, with Ryan as the anchor. Their relay team missed qualifying for the state track meet by a fraction of a second, but had a great finish. Their time placed their team with the best finishing time for the Little Falls 4x400 as of the year 2000. It was an event that Ryan was very proud of, a track meet he will always remember. Ryan always said that all the events he competed in through middle school and high school, this was the highlight of his years in track, competing on the same relay team with his brother, representing Little Falls School District, which he was very proud to be a part of. At this time, I'd ask Mr. Goodrich to come forward and announce the winner.
If you know anything about track, it's hard to beat that 4x4 relay at the end of the meet. Though Ryan Shear's life was tragically cut short, this award honors his spirit, his excellence, and his love of running track and field. I believe that most people familiar with our track and field team would agree that tonight's recipient of the Ryan Shear Award embodies exactly those excellent traits and characteristics that this award celebrates. This recipient is actually another product of one of our track team's unlikely feeder programs, the Little Falls baseball team. Last year was our recipient's first year on the track team, and yet by the end of the season, he was the hands-down Little Falls Flyer boys track and field team's Rookie of the Year. This year, he presently leads the entire boys team in meet points scored, but more significantly, he leads the Flyer boys track team in dedication, commitment, effort, and athletic performance. Incidentally, he anchors the 4x4 relay. The 2008 Ryan Shear Award winner is Kyle Check.
Congratulations to Kyle, and thanks, Mr. Goodrich, and the Shears. Thank you very much. If you've ever seen Kyle run the 400, it's a fun race to watch. Our next award is the Jack McGrath Baseball Award. I would ask at this time to have Carolyn Hell please come forward to present this award.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate the Flyer baseball team. I understand they're 4-3 on the year. I'm surprised that you've gotten that many games in. My husband, being a baseball coach, couldn't be here tonight because they have a makeup game in Staples. The Jack McGrath Baseball Scholarship was set up in his memory. He began baseball at a very, very early age, and his father was determined to have one of his 3 boys play professional baseball. He did play for the Pittsburgh Pirates in organization in the minor leagues. He played baseball when he served in the armed services, and he played for the Southern Mini League and was a player and coach for the Red Sox and Indians in Morrison County, pitching, I believe. Jack also coached the Little Falls High School team for many years and worked in the summer with the Pee Wee League, or teams. This trophy is a traveling trophy, and it has been around in many homes, and it will go to the recipient this year. This recipient has been involved in baseball since first grade, and he played travel baseball, VFW, Legion, Junior Victory League, and amateur, and has lettered 3 years for the Little Falls High School team. He participated in the Minnesota High School Baseball Scouting Combine. The recipient this year will be attending the University of Wisconsin Superior, Andrew Lang. It is my pleasure to present you to the Jack McGrath Baseball Scholarship.
Congratulations, Andrew. Thank you very much, Carolyn. The next award is the AAA Award. The AAA Award is presented for the students who portray excellence in arts, academics, and athletics. The recipients are nominated by the coaches and advisors. They then compete against students from the 16 other schools in our section, receiving point totals for the success in all 3 areas. At this time, I'm going to ask Jack and Betty Peck, sponsors of the AAA Scholarship, to come forward and introduce our 2 winners.
Thank you, Mike, and again, my congratulations to all of these student athletes that are here this evening. It's a real pleasure to be here. This is the 17th year that Betty and I have had the honor of presenting this AAA award to a young man and a young woman who have achieved these honors. Young people have been, beginning with Anna Ratzloff, who went on to win All-American honors at Augustana College, and Brian Just. Many of the past winners are now teachers and coaches. AAA award winners, academic, arts, and athletics. You might remember last year's winners, Ashley Kester, Lucas Jorgensen. This year's winners continue that tradition. Our young lady this year is Alyssa Tice. Alyssa, she's the daughter of John and Kelly Tice. Alyssa has participated in softball and volleyball. She's a member of the Math League, National Honor Society, Concert Choir, Student Council, Target, DECA, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the Flyer Activities Leadership Council. Alyssa was named September Girl of the Month. She played the part of Sandy in the school musical Grease and was a state finalist for DECA. We've heard that before. How about a nice round of applause for Alyssa Tice. Our 2008 AAA Scholarship Award goes to John Dunlap, son of Mark and Laura Dunlap. John participated in cross country, basketball, track, field, and band. He's a member of the National Honor Society, DECA, Flyer Athletic Leadership Council, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, and the Student Council. John was named the September Boy of the Month and was a state winner of the Minnesota State High School League Excellence in Community Education and Leadership Award. How about a nice round of applause for John Dunlap. In closing, I just want to say that extracurricular activities is a real tool in education. It's a tool to teach, to motivate, and to make lifelong friends. Believe me, you'll remember the friends that you have made in high school, not only at the Little Falls Community High School, but all the schools that you've competed against. Right now, it's probably one of the big thrills that I have after almost 50 years of doing this job, is wherever I go, I meet some former students, athletes that I competed against when I was in high school. So thank you for participating in all extracurricular activities. Thank you. Again, Betty and I congratulate all.
Congratulations to John and Alyssa, and thank you, Jack and Betty. For the next award, I'm going to invite up Mr. John Vetter. Mr. John is here representing Pine Country Bank. Talked with Mr. Vetter last year, and he was so enamored with the three-sport athlete award and what it means to have three-sport athletes that they said, you know what, I think we maybe would like to get involved in this. And so when I called John this year, he was more than pleased to have Pine Country Bank be the sponsor for the three-sport athlete award. So, John, thank you very much, and thank Pine Country Bank. The three-sport athlete award, I'd like to introduce a very special group of athletes. The award they will receive is a three-sport athlete award. This award was started by the Coaches Association about 6 years ago to recognize those athletes who are able to balance their hectic schedules and a day of specialization are able to participate and excel in three activities. To earn the award, a student has to have lettered in three activities both their junior and senior year. And just to clarify, that means a JV participation and or a varsity letter. The winners will receive a unique gift, with a quote on it. And the quote reads, I searched for glory, glory I did not see. I searched for victory, victory eluded me. I searched for teamwork, and I found all three. I think this epitomizes what these three young men and one woman are all about. This year's three-sport athlete winners are Melissa Kempenik. If you please come forward. Kyle Check. John Dunlap. And our final recipient, unfortunately, cannot be here. Nils Johnson is golfing tonight, but I'm sure if we give him a round of applause, he'll somehow appreciate it. Together, this group earned a total of 40 letters in their high school career. Leading the way with 14 letters was John Dunlap, followed by Melissa Kempenik with 13 letters. Way to go. Good job. Thank you very much. Mr. Vetter is balancing his schedule as well as the three-sport athletes do, and he's got 2 meetings that he has to go. He's late for one. He told me today that he said, guess what office I hold in the meeting I'm going to? And he said, treasurer. It's kind of like John in the bank, and he's treasurer of several activities here in town. So thank you again, John. The next award is a very special award, which was created in memory of the former activities director, Vern Zarin. When Vern passed away, his wife, Bunny, wanted to honor his memory by presenting an award to the student athletes who are the unsung heroes of any program. These student athletes are the athletes who always put the team first, the true champions of any team. Those athletes whose commitment, courage, unselfishness, and willingness to put the team or group first and personal glory second sets them apart. This award honors the students who might not have always made the headlines or were necessarily the spotlight grabbers, but without athletes like the two we will honor tonight, our programs could not exist. At this time, I'm going to ask Mary Larson, who has graciously offered to continue to sponsor this award, to help me present. The male recipient of this year's Vern Zarin Award epitomizes what athletics is all about. This athlete is hardworking, committed, and unselfish. When discussing his nomination for this award, the coaches described him as bleeding purple. He always worked as hard or harder than anyone. One of his coaches described him as leading courageously, competes with everything he has to give, and is the first one to ask if you need help with anything. He has always taken his role as captain very seriously and is a tremendous role model for our younger athletes. The coaches of this young man view him as being a difference maker in the world. Congratulations to this year's male Vern Zarin Award winner, Kyle Check. Our coaches describe our girls winner as being a joy to coach. She always did everything asked of her to the very best of her ability. She is always the first person at practice, always willing to help with whatever needs to be done. She is the first to volunteer, works extremely hard at every practice. She always remains positive and supportive of her teammates. This year's winner epitomizes the heart and soul of the Vern Zarin Award. She is a true team player. She was always willing to help and organize the little extra things that go with being on a team, such as the team dinners and team bonding activities. One coach stated that this person's smile, attitude, and sense of humor will be missed both in the gym and on the softball field. It's with a great deal of pride that we present this Vern Zarin Award to Melissa Herney for her outstanding effort as a senior flyer athlete. Congratulations, Kyle and Melissa. Thank you once again, Mary. Our next award is the Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award. Unfortunately, Staff Sergeant Hernandez, who's normally here, got called away this afternoon and was not able to make it. The Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete Award, and I'm going to try to remember what the award signifies from the Marine Corps, is, as you know, Marines are very physically fit. They value that, as you know. They also believe in teamwork and working together for a common cause and giving of themselves to better the rest of us. And so we appreciate the Marine Corps' effort in the award they give tonight. This year's winner is being described by his coaches as being an excellent choice for this award because of his willingness to lead by example. His work ethic is very appropriate for the Marine Corps Award. His success comes from working as hard as he possibly can. He plays not for the cheers of the crowd, but more for the challenge of competition and being the best they can be. His leadership, unselfishness, and his can-do attitude make this year's winner an excellent choice for the male Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete. This year's winner is Andrew Lang. Female winner is also an excellent example of the Marine Corps spirit. If you look in the Webster's Dictionary under team captain, you would probably find her name in the definition. Her bubbly, happy attitude was contagious, and she was always cheering for and helping her teammates to do the best. Her coaches stated that she knows that success only happens with hard work. This year's winner always worked hard in the off-season to make herself the best she can be. This year's winner never made excuses when things didn't go the way they were supposed to. She just stepped back, took a break, and attacked it again. This year's female Marine Corps Distinguished Athlete is Ashley Erickson. Congratulations, Ashley. Our next award epitomizes the term student athlete. The award is the Army Reserve Scholar Athlete Award. And to explain this award, I would ask that Staff Sergeant McAdams please come forward.
This evening, we continue what has become an important tradition here at Little Falls High School by presenting the United States Army Reserve Scholar Athlete Award to two of the school's finest scholar athletes. The two students whom the Army Reserves honors this year have achieved the winning combination, excellence in both academics and athletics. They have achieved a balance that many people aspire to, but only a handful achieve. I'm happy to be here to present these students special recognition for their accomplishments.
Our male winner is a model for high school activities. He's a three-sport athlete, participates in the fine arts while maintaining extremely high academic standards. He was a captain of two of his activities, both his junior and senior year. Our winner has received many team and conference honors. Our winner is described as being an outstanding leader and is respected by his coaches, teammates, and opponents alike. He was a CLC Scholar Athlete. He was our AAA winner and the Section AAA winner. He is a president of the Falk Student Council, and his DECA project presented at the National Conference recently won its category. With a GPA of 3.99, he is planning on attending Marquette University in the fall. Our male Army Reserve Scholar Athlete is John Dunlap. Our female Scholar Athlete of the Year is described by her coaches as an amazing young lady. She earned letters in volleyball and basketball. Her work ethic is second to none, and she is dedicated to success. Her teammates elected her captain in both volleyball and basketball. As a team captain, she led by setting goals and, more importantly, following up on those goals. One coach had this to say about our winner: "Great teams are made of players who make contributions on more than just game days. With our winner's perspective on teamwork and determination, she became the type of athlete who made an impact every day." With a GPA of 3.55, our female Army Reserve Scholar Athlete is Alyssa Bassett. Congratulations, Alyssa and John. Thank you, Staff Sergeant McAdams. This time I would ask that our high school band director, Dwight Nelson, and Camel Larson please come forward to present the next two awards, the John Philip Sousa and the Louis Armstrong Award, and the National School Choral Award and the Fred Waring Director's Award.
Two awards that are given throughout the nation this time of the year to top seniors are the John Philip Sousa Louis Armstrong Family Memorial Awards. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Awards, this is given in recognition of outstanding achievements in the field of jazz as demonstrated through superior musicianship, character, and individual creativity. The Louis Armstrong Jazz Award is hereby presented 2008 Little Falls High School to Josiah Tonder. The John Philip Sousa Band Award is also given to a top senior instrumentalist in recognition of outstanding achievement and interest in instrumental music, for singular merit and loyalty and cooperation, for displaying high qualities of conduct the school instrumental music requires. 2008 John Philip Sousa Band Award is hereby presented to Peter Grams.
See how we have them trained, huh?
This year's National School Choral Award goes to a student who has been extremely active and dedicated to the choral program for the last 4 years. This year's winner has been in mixed choir for 1 year, concert choir for 3 years, Jubileers for 3 years, has been selected for the All-Conference Honor Choir for 2 years, and has had 3 years of superior solo ratings at contest. She has participated for 2 years at the St. Olaf Choral Festival, 1 year at the Nats Vocal Contest, and was selected and performed at the Dorian Music Festival at Luther College. She has participated in all the musicals all 4 years and has been a section leader in choir. This student has also had the honor of performing with the Women's All-State Choir this year and will give a senior recital this May 10th for her independent study in vocal performance. I have watched this young woman grow musically over the last 4 years, and I am proud to have had such a talented, dedicated, delightful student who always worked hard and never complained. It is with pleasure that I introduce this year's winner, as it states on the certificate, in recognition of singular merit, ability, and achievement, of outstanding contributions to the success of the school vocal program, and of an unusual degree of loyalty, cooperation, and high qualities of conduct. By the general consent of the music faculty, school officials, and others, the National School Choral Award is hereby conferred upon Miss Laura Brucher. This next award is a new award. We're just starting this year. So a little background about this. Fred Waring, who lived from 1900 to 1984, was one of the leading choral directors of the 20th century. He composed and arranged music, and his choral group, the Pennsylvanians, spread the popularity of singing. Waring also had a popular television show in the 1950s that lasted for 6 years. The Fred Waring Director's Award for Chorus recognizes the talent and enthusiasm of outstanding choral members. This year, there is one particular student who embodies these qualities. The past 4 years, she has been involved with the musicals, holding lead and supporting lead roles. For the past 3 years, she has been in concert choir and Jubileers, participated in the St. Olaf Choral Festival, received superior ratings at contests for her vocal solos and with Jubileers. The past 2 years, she was selected to sing in the CLC Honor Choir and performed and toured with the National Catholic Youth Choir last summer. This year, she was selected to attend the Dorian Choir Festival at Luther College and was selected as one of 20 solo semifinalists out of over 500 students that auditioned. She has shown great leadership by serving as soprano section leader and concert choir president, and always has a positive attitude and encouraging words to share with her fellow choir members. She has even shared Fred Waring's joy of composing by writing her own choral piece. It is my pleasure to honor the Fred Waring Director's Award for Chorus for the first time to Miss Nika Carrillo.
Congratulations to Josiah, Peter, Laura, and Nika. At this time, I would ask that our co-speech coaches and our one-act play director please come forward to present the Fine Arts Student of the Year Award.
Looks like we have to split the duties here. So we are honored to be able to announce this year's Fine Arts Student of the Year. This student has been very active in the fine arts activities throughout high school, with a list of accomplishments that includes, get ready for the long list, folks, singing in concert choir for 2 years, performing and working on the tech crew for the school musical for the past 3 years, participating in the St. Olaf Choir Festival for 2 years, participating in the Madrigal Dinner for 3 years, working as a road manager for choir, receiving 2 superior ratings at the contest this year for solo and duet, participating in drama club as president, the all-school play, and one-act play.
This year's Fine Arts Student of the Year was praised by Choir Director Kamala Larson for being a huge help with musicals and concerts, not only as a performer, but by providing assistance with makeup, organization of the costume shop, working on set and prop pieces, painting, and working as road manager, again, for choir. On the speech team, the student was an enthusiastic member of the team, setting a positive example for fellow team members and serving as a peer coach, endlessly supportive of teammates, and a frequent leader of the speech song on the bus. This student's hard work was evident in a placing of first alternate to this year's state speech tournament in the category of serious interpretation of poetry. We are thrilled to announce that this year's Fine Arts Student of the Year is Alyssa Gold.
Congratulations again to Alyssa, and thank you to all of our directors. They do a great job. How about a nice round of applause for our directors again. Our next award is the Shimmick Family Male Athlete of the Year. The Shimmicks cannot be with us tonight. The Shimmicks were outstanding athletes from Little Falls who have gone on to very successful careers. Our Shimmick Family Male Athlete of the Year is described by his coaches as a great all-around athlete, the type of athlete all coaches want on their team. He has earned all conference honors in his sophomore, junior, and senior years. He was named to all-state teams on multiple occasions. He has been a Brainerd Dispatch, St. Cloud Times, and Central Lakes Conference Player of the Week on many occasions. He was named the St. Cloud Times Athlete of the Year in his respective sport. He has participated in the Senior All-Star Game in his respective activity and has been nominated for the All-Star Game in baseball this spring. His God-given talent has made him a tremendous asset to the teams he is a part of. More importantly than his natural talent is his willingness to continue to improve and get better as an individual. Our winner has accepted a Division I scholarship to play baseball at South Dakota State University. With these credentials, it is small wonder the coaches of Little Falls Community High School chose him as the Athlete of the Year for 2008. Congratulations to a young man that represents what this award stands for. It is my pleasure to announce this year's winner of the Shimmick Family Male Athlete of the Year to Mr. Bo Hanowski. Our next award is the Female Athlete of the Year. I would ask that Lynn Halstead please come forward to help with this award. One of our Hall of Fame members, Ms. Lynn Halstead. Her coaches describe our Lynn Halstead Female Athlete of the Year as an outstanding student athlete who, if asked to describe her with one word, that word would be tough. Her work ethic, and determination are phenomenal. She never gives up. She's an athlete that gives 100% and more all the time, both in season and out of season. She never complains and will do what is asked of her without hesitation. She has high expectations of herself not only on the course or in the water, but also in the classroom. She is a great role model for others. Her dedication to flyer athletics is immeasurable. She has earned all-conference multiple times. She has earned all-state honors in Nordic skiing. She has been Athlete of the Week, Month, and a member of the all-area team in both the St. Cloud Times and the Brainerd Dispatch. She has received many other awards for her athletic achievements. She is a coach's dream, always humble, tremendous work ethic, great sense of humor. She has been a leader and a friend to her teammates, so much so that she was named captain in swimming her sophomore, junior, and senior year, a feat that is very unique in itself. Our winner plans on skiing next year for the St. Scholastica Saints. There is no doubt that she is a young woman destined to make her mark in the future, whatever she does. A great athlete and an even greater person. It is my pleasure to announce Melissa Kempenik as Lynn Halstead Female Athlete of the Year. At this time, it's my pleasure to introduce our guest speaker. Mr. Joel Maturi has transformed the Golden Gophers into a model NCAA Division I-A athletic department. A native of Chisholm, Minnesota, Maturi's leadership, vision, and dedication has helped Minnesota achieve 4 major goals thought almost unattainable prior to his arrival: a merged department, a balanced budget, broad-based athletic success, and the dream of returning Golden Gopher football back to campus. Before entering the college ranks, Maturi spent 19 years as a high school coach and administrator at Madison Edgewood High School in Wisconsin. He coached football, basketball, baseball, and track and field, leading his teams to 10 state tournaments. Maturi was inducted into the Wisconsin Basketball Hall of Fame in 1992. He received his Bachelor of Arts degree in government from the University of Notre Dame in 1967. He earned a master's degree in certification for educational administration from the University of Wisconsin-Platteville in 1985. Without further ado, it is my pleasure to introduce a fellow Ranger, Mr. Joel Maturi.
First of all, congratulations to all the winners, but I'll tell you what, it's warm in here and it's been a long night, so I'm going to ask you to stand up for 30 seconds, just stretch, feel good. I know I'm getting a little old, but it was hard on me, so congratulations. Please, thank you. You know, most of you aren't aware, but in many ways it's like coming home to me. My sister actually taught at Little Falls for, I think, 23 or 24 years. And my brother-in-law taught here for 32 years. And for some of you who are a little older and maybe remember, my sister was Jill Brooks and her husband Dave. And they spoke so fondly of Little Falls, and we visited here quite often when she was a teacher. And I called her, and she now lives in Florida. Long story how she got there, but I talked to her on the cell on the way up here, and I tried to get some information on some of you that I could share. And I know she talked to me about Leanne and how she said, you know what, great friend. She talked about how she taught her in middle school, and coached her in basketball and what a great athlete she became and went on to play professionally and so forth. And I thought she was elaborating a little bit, but when I met Leanne tonight, she said, you know what? Your sister did get me into basketball, so I feel good about that. And certainly with Mr. Olson as well, who also taught with my sister Jill, that it does feel good to come back, and I'm appreciative of that. As was mentioned, I'm from Chisholm. I'm a Ranger, and proud of it. It's kind of who I was. My sister was 4 years younger than I, and you know, I was kind of a big fish in a little pond at the time, pretty decent athlete at Chisholm High School. And of course, being 4 years younger, she kind of thought a lot of her big sister and her big brother, and I had a cheering section of my own when I grew up. And if you're from my vintage or even younger, you know, what is Chisholm known for? The movie Field of Dreams, right? If you've seen that great baseball movie Field of Dreams, and who's the most significant figure that Chisholm realizes is Moonlight Graham, the doctor who was in the movie played by Burt Lancaster. And what many people don't realize, even people in Minnesota, is that Moonlight Graham was a real person. He was actually our school doctor when I was in school, and obviously to be immortalized in a movie like that is pretty special. It talked about me coaching high school for 20 years, 19 at one in Madison, and I'm proud of that. And you know, when I speak a lot, I talk about motivation. And let me ask anybody in the crowd, who's the greatest motivational speaker of all time? Not hearing any answers, I always give the answer, Matt Foley. Okay? Now, how many of you know who I'm talking about when I say Matt Foley? Come on, be honest with you. You know the Down by the River Matt Foley, right? Okay, now I gotta have to tell you a story about Matt Foley. All right? Matt Foley was played by Chris Farley, right? Saturday Night Live fame, the Down by the River, you know, getting up and pulling up his pants and doing all those things. Chris Farley, when he was doing the Down by the River speech, was making fun of his high school coach. Okay, I mean, he was pimping the heck out of his high school coach. And he did a lot of that during his time when he was an entertainer in Second City in Chicago and many of the other things that he did. And his high school coach wasn't always pleased with that. And I know that because I was his high school coach. Okay? So the next time you see the Down by the River, this is this guy right here. Okay? Those are the things that you got to remember. You know, I congratulate you, and I mean this sincerely, about combining the athletics and the arts. And I do because, you know what? I had a daughter who was in nothing but arts. So much so that she went on to college and got a degree in theater. So much so that she went to Hollywood to chase her dream. And so I think I understand what it's like. And when she went through high school, she used to get upset a little bit. Her dad was a coach, you know, and did all these awards kind of things that happened at the end of the year. And they didn't have such recognition. And if they did, it wasn't attended by a lot of people. It wasn't as publicized in the paper. It wasn't as recognized in a lot of ways. And I'm going to be proud to tell her, you know, what you have done. And I sincerely congratulate you for that, and I would hope that everybody in the room realizes the sacrifices that you make, whether you're in a play, whether you're in a music group, whether you're in a speech group, or when you're certainly on an athletics team. We're all blessed and born with different kinds of talents and different kinds of abilities, and hopefully those are the kind of things that makes this community special. I hope those of you who are on the art side are not upset that you've got a sports person here as the speaker at that combined group, but maybe to let you know that I have a great compassion and feeling for the arts and certainly an appreciation for who you are and what you do. You know, interestingly enough, last night the Gophers had their all-sports banquet. Okay, we had our together this last night. We've done something really unique. I'll just throw it out. Our athletes put it on, and we called them the Golden Goldies, and we put them on like the ESPYs. And I'll be honest with you, I don't recognize the kids because they come dressed up. I mean, it is unbelievable. They are really decked out, and it's wonderful to see. And we do the same kind of thing. We have nominations for those special awards that we have, and the kids and the coaches and others get to vote on it. And it was really a neat experience. But obviously, as the athletics director, I get a chance to address them and try to say something positive and try to send them on and something that might be meaningful. And I don't know if it's any different when I speak to the seniors at the University of Minnesota or the seniors at Little Falls High School. Because you know what, when people come to the University of Minnesota and I'm involved in the recruitment, I say the same thing to them the first time I meet them as I said to them last night. I said, as the athletics director, I have two goals for you that I can help you achieve. And I will do all I can so that you can achieve them, but you've got to do your part, and you've got to be able to communicate with me on, as we go on this journey. Number one, I said, my dream is that you leave the University of Minnesota with your degree. I said, that's first and foremost. And we can't just talk about it, we got to realize it. Because if you come to Minnesota and you leave your degree, no matter what happens athletically, you're going to be better for it somewhere down the line. And that's important, because your life will be changed. I think athletics, the arts, those things are lifelong memories, life influences in some way or the other, but that degree will change your life. And I said, I want to do everything that I can to make sure that happens. I don't know if it's any different than you in receiving that diploma, receiving that high school thing, which is another stage in you. Some of you going on to college, some of you won't, but it'll give you an opportunity to learn, to grow, and hopefully utilize and understand who you are, and what you can accomplish. And I say my other one, remember now, I'm talking to Division I athletes. All these kids, for the most part, have achieved what these winners have done and more. They wouldn't be playing at the Division I level. And I say to each and every one of them, I also want you to leave the University of Minnesota. When you leave the Gophers, I want you to feel good about being a Gopher. I want you to leave having a positive and meaningful athletic experience. That's so important to me, and I would include the arts and things of this evening. And you know what? We can't always control it. That should not be determined by wins or successes or awards and things of this nature. Because if that's the only way we measure amateur athletics, I struggle with that. Mr. Olson asked me what's the difference of being a high school AD, which I was for 15 years, or being an AD at a major college. And I said to that, I said it's the emphasis on winning. It's the business component and the dollars and so forth. And quite honestly, I don't enjoy that. I don't enjoy it as much. And it's a situation where I would hope that everyone in this room don't remember the one down moment, and quite frankly, don't always remember just that one high moment. That I would hope, whether the 2, 3, 4 years that you've been involved, you'll look back on the relationships, you'll look back on the highs and the lows, and you'll look back on the learning experiences that you've had to, in many ways, hopefully define who you are and made you a better person. And it's no different at the next level at the University of Minnesota. I can't promise any of those kids when they come that they're going to win a championship. I can't promise them they're going to go to a bowl game. I can't promise them they're going to be all-conference, all-American, whatever it might be that they might aspire to be. But I can promise them that if they do it the right way, if they feel good about their attitude and their effort, that they're going to leave with a positive and meaningful athletic experience. And I don't know if it's any different for you. And I would hope your coaches, your administrators, your teachers, all the people that are involved in who you are and what you do, take that attitude. When I coached, and I coached for a while, and fortunate to have some success, and when I coached, John Wooden was my idol, my mentor. And again, older folks in the room remember that. When you get over 60, you talk this way, but that's just the reality, okay? And so, but John Wooden had something that stood the test of time. He had what was called a pyramid of success, and many of you remember that. You know, some of you are moms and dads and so forth, maybe your coaches talked about it or whatever. He had a pyramid of success. John Wooden, by the way, was the winningest basketball coach in the history of the game from the standpoint. He won 10 national NCAA basketball championships in 12 years. 10 NCAA titles in 12 years. Think about that. Just actually unheard of. Obviously successful. And when he coached, and I idolized it, and I could never do it, he never talked about winning. He never talked about winning. I couldn't talk to my kids for 3 seconds without talking about winning or trying to win. You know, and I always admired that. I always admired that because he always talked to them, about what they could control. You know, about them controlling their attitude, about them controlling their effort, about them being as good as they could be. Because his definition of success went something like this. It was a state of mind, okay? It was a self-satisfaction of knowing that you've done everything you could do to be as good as you could be. Think about that. Think about that. Success is a state of the mind. It's you knowing, not me, not mom or dad, not your coach, not your teammate, you knowing that you've done everything you could do to be as good as you could be. And that's really what success is. In our society, in many ways, unfortunately, we recognize the winner and the champion. And I have nothing wrong with that. And heck, I'm in a business that's all about winning. And we try to do that. You know, I'm as competitive as anybody. But I think at this level, this amateur level, this educational level, we should really measure it because we all have different abilities. We all have different abilities. It's very possible, even academically, it's possible the B student achieve more than the A student, possibly, from the standpoint of what their abilities are. That does happen on occasion, right? And might be the same thing in the race. The person who came in third might have achieved his or her potential more than the person who came in first or second, possibly. And I think that's in many ways how we have to remember it, and each of you have to remember that. We've all been born with different talents, different abilities. Some of them we can control, some we can't. What we can control is how good we can be, and what our attitude and what our effort is. And I would challenge you to use this next step of your life. Because, you know, I know enough, having 3 children of my own, being involved in athletics all my life, I realize that I don't care what you say, as excited as you are, and some more so than other, that day 3-4 weeks from now when you graduate. You know, in some ways you're counting the days you're going to be graduating. Let me tell you, there's some anxiety in you wondering what the heck the next step means to me. Let's be honest. Some of you going on to college, you're going to say, whoa, am I really ready? When I left Chisholm, Minnesota to go to Notre Dame, I didn't know if I was the dumbest kid going there or somewhere in between. I didn't know. You know, and I had a lot of anxiety to it because I had no clue. I realized I was going to a school with a lot of pretty good students. And you have the same thing no matter where you're going. If you're going out of the workforce, what does that mean? How prepared are you? How much are you going to make? You know, how much do you have to make? What does that mean? What next steps might be involved for you? All these kinds of little bit of anxieties. But I always think that what you've experienced here at Little Falls, through your fine arts, through your athletics, if you keep remembering that and utilize that to gain some strength to realize you can get through those times. Because your life is going to be on the same journey to some extent that you've had, even more defined. There's going to be greater highs, quite frankly, and unfortunately, greater lows. That's just the reality of what life is. But if you can control your attitude, which we can, we all get to define what our attitude is. You know, it's amazing to me when I talk to our coaches and we have an issue to deal with. Man, one coach thinks the world is end. The other one says, not a problem, we can solve it. And it's the same problem. It's the way one looks at it versus the way another one looks at it. Again, that's a human nature thing, and you get to choose that. I'm not trying to say that we have to be Pollyanna all the time. I'm not trying to say we really don't have some challenges that are difficult to deal with, but you do get to choose your attitude. And again, going back to choosing your effort, you can figure out how to solve that. You've been placed in that position, what are you going to do about it? You know, what are we going to do about it? Were they behind in the game? What's the difference? You know, when you're not doing well and you're on stage and you've got 2 more acts to go, what are you going to do? You know, I mean, we all have those kinds of situations, and we get to respond to those kinds of things. And I think that's the wonderful thing about being in athletics, the wonderful thing about being in fine arts, and wonderful thing about being in a family, which I try to utilize that word even at the University of Minnesota when we have 750 athletes. You know, there's a pretty big family. You know, but it's a situation where those kinds of things are important to me. So my comments to you are simplistic, and I wish I had something magic. I wish I had something Matt Foley-ish that you could leave with you forever, you know, and be excited about. But life isn't really that way. Life is pretty simple in some manners. Life is a situation that's going to present you some challenges and some opportunities, and it's how you deal with it which is important. I told my children, I tell our athletes, and I tell you, chase your dream. Chase your dream, whatever it might be. I have the 5 boys in our family, and my sister, okay? The boys in our family. And my oldest brother, wonderful human being, long retired now. Money was important to him, and that's not a bad thing. Money was important to him. And man, that drove him to be successful. Nothing wrong with that, right? That was a passion that he had. I was a sports nut, you know. I wanted to coach. I wanted to be involved in that. Everything I did surrounded that aspect. That was a passion and a journey that I led. Whatever it might be, chase that dream. Chase the dream, because life, in some ways, we always say is too short, but you know, you can't realize that at the stage of your life that you're at. But the reality of it is, it's a lot more enjoyable if you're doing what you enjoy doing. And sometimes that isn't successful, right? My dream was to play in college. You know, I went to Notre Dame to play football. I got hurt, never played. Okay, so then you have to change and decide to do something else. My dream then was to coach in college. Never coached in college. Coached in high school for 20 years. You know, so you change that dream and you fix it. So I didn't achieve all of my dreams, you know. But again, I think you just sit there and you utilize the situation. You put yourself in a position of what you can be and what you can achieve. So chase that dream. Know who you are. Be realistic with those expectations. You know, control that attitude and effort, and most importantly, enjoy the journey. Go Flyers. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Maturi. In closing, there's a few housekeeping items that we need to take care of. First, I need all of tonight's winners to come together afterward in the front for pictures and to visit with the media. Secondly, if you look in the upper left-hand corner of your program, if you have an interlocking LF, you are the winner of tonight's flower centerpieces. So, and third, I don't have one, but third, I'd just like to stress that if I inadvertently forgot someone or something that we should have recognized tonight, I truly apologize for that. Believe me, it was an accident, it was inadvertent. Please call if you have any questions or concerns. Finally, I need to thank some people. First of all, the parents of all these athletes. Thank you for sharing your sons and daughters with us. Second of all, I need to thank the athletes and participants, the fine arts participants, and finally the people listed in your insert. First and foremost, and if you ever get a chance to see my assistant Sarah, without her help this banquet would not happen. She does a great job. She's a great assistant, and she's not here right now, but give her a round of applause. Sarah does a great job. I'd like to thank my wife, Mary Jo, and my daughter, Macy. I don't get to see them a lot, especially in the winter time, but without their support, this job wouldn't mean as much to me, so I thank you. I'd like to thank the members of FALC, the Flyer Activities Leadership Council. We've got some of the underclassmen who are here tonight to help out with ushering and other duties as they were assigned. I'd like to thank the Falls Ballroom, Tom and Francie Peterson. Great meal again this evening. I don't know if they can hear us, but thanks, Tom and Francie. Thanks again to the Flyer Jazz Combo. They did a great job. I need to thank the administrative team of Mark Dunlap and Bob Just. Without their support, my job wouldn't happen as well. I thank them for their help, along with the rest of the administration team here in Little Falls. I need to thank Superintendent Kurt Trigstead, who is a staunch supporter of the activities, and also the school board members who are here tonight. I don't know if they want to stand up and be recognized, but their efforts, no, they're not going to. Their efforts, I talked to a lot of activities directors around the state, and it's amazing when I tell them the kind of support we get both administratively and with our school board, and I am truly appreciative. I'd like to thank Julie Hochsprung from Varsity Photo, who takes all the senior pictures and team pictures. I need to thank especially the high school and middle school coaches. I think we have the best staff in the Central Lakes Conference, if not in the state. Congratulations. Thank you to the coaches. I need to thank the event workers. Some need to see our ticket takers, supervision, things like that. Kind of goes unnoticed, but without their help, we couldn't do what we do. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank the scholarship donors from this evening, the Shimmick family, Lynn Halstead, United States Marine Corps, United States Army Reserve, Minnesota State High School League, Mary Larson, Carolyn Held, Jack and Betty Peck, the Ryan Shear family, the Lindsay Leibel family, the Brendan Dickman family, Pine Country Bank, and again, once again, our greatest thanks goes to the senior parents and guardians and to the senior class. Thank you very much. How about a nice hand for everyone? I used to coach football and wrestling primarily here in Little Falls, and that's where my background lies. And I used to, sometimes got accused of preaching a little bit, but I used to tell our guys that you needed to set goals. If you want to have success, you set goals. The analogy I used was that if you put your car in drive, or in reverse, excuse me, put your foot on the gas and step on the gas, take your hands off the wheel and see where you end up. That's kind of what life is like if you don't set goals. So tonight, I would just encourage all the seniors here to sit down sometime between now and graduation and put your goals down on paper. My belief is that your involvement in activities and the values and beliefs and everything you gain from your involvement in activities will keep you from getting lost, will keep your hands on the wheel, so to speak, and they will help you in reaching your career goals. Having said that, I would like to close by leaving all of us, especially this year's seniors, some food for thought. Is a quote from Mr. Maturi talked about John Wooden. One of my heroes was always Vince Lombardi. It goes something like this. After the cheers have died down and the stadium is empty, After the headlines have been written and after you are back in the quiet of your room and the awards have been placed on the dresser and all the pomp and fanfare have faded, the enduring thing that is left is this: the dedication to doing with our lives the very best we can to make the world a better place in which to live. Thank you for coming, and drive safely. Once again, we need all the award winners up front. Thank you all very much.